Wow, I'm trying to get into the spirit of summer pretty much because we're launching this episode. Let's be like a Greek mermaid for the Be Everlasting podcast on miracles, right? Why not? Let's pretend we're in Greece. Let's go there. Who remembers that Princess Diaries song? Miracles happen once in a while when you believe. All right, that's been in my head. That's the theme of today. When you believe, miracles happen. Okay, so I want to begin by being like, how did I even get here? I was an actor thinking that that was going to be my whole life. And now my heart is set on fire for God and testifying on his behalf and wanting to pass the passion I have along for the laws of God to others. So just know this is something that I never thought would happen to me. Like, this is not something I could have ever seen in my life. And what is so crazy is that when I was like 21 years old, my family and we went to like a very famous place for psychics. It's this Indian reservation in New York. And my mom had gone when she was younger, and her great grandmother came through. Like 1 billion% was her, undoubtedly. And this place, like HBO has even done shows on it. It's called LilyDale. So funny. So we go to this place and you can see your past, present, and future. They see it like a roll of film and they don't know whether it's past, present, or future. So they're going through, they're seeing it like film in a camera. And at this time, this was the summer between my junior and senior year at USC. And I'm talking to this guy who's in the Olympics. He's competing in Beijing. I'm literally watching him in his competitions and I'm watching his events. And this man, he's reading my thing and he's like, I see a guy with medals around his neck. And my mom and I are like, oh my gosh, like this is real. And the guy had just received a medal in the Olympics. Like we're literally like, okay, continue on, sir. And my I got wait, this is the best part. So I this man is literally giving everyone like pretty profound revelations about their life. And then again with me, he's like, I see you doing a lot of sit ups. And I had just gone to Australia and gotten really fat. Like I was drinking and eating 7 days a week. That's all I was doing in Sydney. And it was hysterical because all I had been doing were like hundreds of sit-ups every day. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this man is seeing it. It was so funny. So I was like, damn, he is spot on about the present. Undoubtedly, this guy is gifted. He's actually seeing things. And so then he kept saying, like, you're going to be a teacher in the future. And I was pissed off. I was like, sir, keep looking into the future because that's not correct. And he's like, you're going to be an ambassador. And I'm like, I don't know jack shit about politics. Hell no, am I not going to be a teacher or an ambassador? So he keeps saying this. And we have this on record, by the way. Like you get to record your sessions. So I have all this on tape. But it was so funny because I'm like, sir, I don't even know where the Middle East is. I don't know who the president is. I'm not going to be an ambassador. But what I realized later in this life is that I am an ambassador of Christ. And it did come true. It's so crazy. It's really, truly become what I am. I didn't plan on this. Okay. I truly didn't know I was going to end up loving theology and having such a close relationship with the divine. But my life has been a series of miracles, straight up. So, do you like my mermaid outfit? I'm feeling very mermaid-esque. Because why not? Miracle mermaids are a miracle, right? What is a miracle? By definition, it's an extraordinary, often divine event that defies natural laws, signaling a supernatural act or a highly surprising, fortunate occurrence. Now, I'm all about miracles. Rain on me, miracles. I love them. I live for them. I've seen a lot of them. The parting of the Red Sea in the Bible is considered a miracle. My life, if you guys remember from a previous episode, it began with a miracle on top of a mountain at Big Bear, which is where a lot of biblical events happen, to be honest, on top of mountains. There's like a lot of conversations that happen between God and people. So it was when I was on Big Bear with a miracle. Our car had broken down at the top of Big Bear. There was nobody in sight. And I said a prayer. I said, God, you better help me or I'm going to be angry at you. And 2 seconds later, a tow truck comes around the corner. So for me, that's always been metaphorical. God always sends a tow truck when you need it. Again, from a very early age, I was really open to receiving God's miracles and believed in them with my whole heart. You have to, in order to see them, or else your minds, your eyes, your body, and soul will be closed off to miracles. You don't want that. My friend Jordan, recently, who I've met in the past year, he had a miracle happen. And this is very, do you guys know the movie Final Destination? Okay. Hello, Devin Sawa. But anyway, his mom and dad died in a car accident and on a very specific date in like August or September. And then his sister died on the very same date in a car accident. And then he almost died. Last year, I was with him on the exact day, but it skipped him and he survived. And he has this huge scar in the back of his head. He is the most blessed boy. He's in the military and he's the best soul. He's such a light. But that's a miracle. And we were discussing it. We were like, "Oh my gosh, you are a living testament to God's miracles." Like it just skipped over you. It was so creepy but amazing that he lived. And those are miracles. We have a very close friend, Sherry and Tom, who were in a car accident and they are the most God filled humans you'll ever meet on planet Earth. It is my mother's best friend and practically sister in this life. And they were in a car accident and they should have been killed. They were, again, in the mountains in a Mercedes going around a curve, and someone hit them head on. And they were told no one should have survived this, but they did. And they've had miracle after miracle after miracle in their lives as well. And they've gone through a lot of trials and tribulations. My mother last summer, no, gosh, maybe 2 summers ago. She was going in for a test in the hospital and she was told she needed to get a slip for this test today. Scheduling was really far out and she went in. She said a memorare on the way there and they said no way could she get in that day. She was like, okay, because she forgot something. She had to go home and get something and they were like, we can't take you. There's no appointments available. And so she comes back. She does a memorare to Mary, which I don't know if any of you guys know it. This is the prayer. O most gracious Virgin Mary, never was it known that anyone who fled to thy protection, implored thy help, or sought thy intercession was left unaided. Inspired by this confidence, we fly unto thee, O Virgin of Virgins, my mother. To thee do we come, before thee we stand, sinful and sorrowful. O Mother of the Word incarnate, despise not my petitions, but in thy mercy hear and answer me. Amen. And Mary will come to your rescue all the time. So my mom is walking back into the hospital and she sees, I guess that these hospitals have art shows and they were rotating their art that day. And she's in the parking lot and this woman has a huge painting of Our Lady of Guadalupe, which is Mother Mary. And Mary says she's the ultimate physician. Like, always go to Mary before you go to humans. And that's what I do. And she helps literally time and time again. And so she goes back in, and the people are like, actually, someone just canceled. You can come in right now. But she also had a miracle of she was supposed to get hip surgery. Her body's been breaking down. My mother is a caretaker for my sister who has cerebral palsy and she's been in the maximum amount of pain her body has ever experienced recently. And And she was like, I don't even know how I'm going to do this. I can't take off to even recover because we don't have help. We don't have anybody who can take care of my sister. And so that was super stressful, not knowing how she's going to have hip surgery. She actually needs back surgery, to be completely honest. But they were like, you'd have to sit in a bed for 6 months. Okay, we can't do that, sir. So we had to keep praying to Mary. And my mom kept going to Mary over and over. And we kept praying on her. And literally, she got to a point where she just doesn't need the hip surgery anymore. And the pain has been so much less than what it was. So these are miracles that my family can personally testify to. I could go on forever, but these are just some really cool, fun ones. We have this amazing human who's part of our family essentially in life. Her name is, well, I won't say her name. No, I'll say her name, Helen. Helen, who helps my sister her whole life. She'll come in and do fun activities with her and just give her time to, special needs community. She gave my sister Bree an angel medallion and she gave it to her at Christmas. And they went to, I guess I was there actually. My mom was like, Brooke, you were with us. We went to a concert and saw Straight No Chasers, fabulous a cappella group in Allentown. And we got home that night and she said, Bree, where's your necklace? And the necklace is just completely gone. And it's not on Brianna. My mom searches the car, her clothing. They couldn't find it. They called the place. They called it like at least half a dozen times over 2 weeks. And they told them where we were sitting. Everyone at this venue checked. That was in December. Okay. In March, my mom is sitting with my grandma at the oncologist table office, and they are about to give a report to both of them about my grandma's cancer. And Kay, who is my sister's helper, the one I've told you about, who's literally our family, she calls my mom. And my mom's in Buffalo at this time because that's where my grandma lives. And Kay was helping Brianna. And she tells my mom, you got to call. It's the lady from Allentown from the concert hall. And she said, I think. And then my mom calls her, and the woman's like, I think I just found your necklace. And she said, I'm doing some cleaning, and it's right here in front of me in the drawer. So 3 months later, out of the blue, and everyone had looked for weeks for this angel necklace. My mom said she just knew that it was a sign. She knew that it was God's timing to tell her. She was with her mom at the moment they were going to receive a message about the cancer. And she told her mom, she said, this is a sign. Everything is going to be okay. They were just waiting for the report, waiting for the doctor. But they knew. They just knew, you know what? Everything's going to be okay. And sometimes you need those angels to show up out of nowhere. And it's like a breath of fresh air. It's a huge relief off your shoulders. I always have angels coming to me and around me. This story is insane. So, this is a personal story of mine, okay? And again, I'm super private in my personal life. This podcast has definitely, made me open up way more than I usually do. But sometimes I just like to keep details to myself just for no reason at all. It's just part of my nature. But I had mentioned in the first episode of this podcast that when I talked about before I was going on my reality show for CBS, The Real Love Boat, I was going through some like really insane spiritual warfare. So I had something happen that no one's ever going to be able to guess. So don't try, okay? Something horrific. I can laugh now. Something horrific happened to me in the ocean, okay? Something happened with me and Lucifer in the ocean. Don't worry about it. Don't even try to guess. Maybe one day I'll talk about it, but I needed help, like dire help, life or death type of help. And I have this thing where I can see angels. I've been very blessed in my life. I have that gift. So I'm lucky this way. Okay. So I'm at a stop sign. I'm at a stoplight in the middle of Beverly Hills, and I see this angel at a stoplight, and I am in extreme anxiety. Okay? The highest anxiety level I've ever had because I was going through the process of the show, and this was the last thing I needed to deal with. So I asked this angel for help, and this angel knows how badly I need help. And I do think I know who it was. Like someone had passed in my life, and I specifically kind of received signs that that specific angel had helped me. So insanely grateful. So I'm about 7 minutes from my house, and I pull into my parking lot. I get in the elevator, and my neighbor is in the elevator holding up a silver coin as the doors open. Okay. She's holding a silver coin and it has an angel on it. And it's sparkling like out of a Hallmark movie. Okay. It's literally sparkling and catching light. And it's the shiniest silver coin you've ever seen. Just trust me on this. It's out of a Christmas Hallmark movie. And she's literally standing there, just like staring at it, holding it in my face. And she's going, I've just been staring at this angel on the coin. I just can't get over it. Look at this angel, Brooke. And I'm like, hmm, yeah, weird. And so I decide to go down with her. I ride the elevator down with her to the laundry room. And I'm with her and I'm about to leave. And again, because I'm so private, I don't usually tell anybody anything. That's just my style. But something in me like feels like telling her what's going on. And I don't confide in anybody. So this was like just big. And I tell her what's going on and what I need. And she literally gives me exactly what I needed at that moment. And it was so unique. Again, so unique to my situation, something that has never existed before. This was an absolute miracle. It changed my life forever. And I was no longer going off the deep end in my head. And I was just like on the path to what I needed. So insane. It was so special. So that was a straight up interaction with an angel that came to my rescue.